English vocabulary, precarious. Precarious means not safe or secure, often because of a lack of stability or control. It can describe a situation or position that's uncertain, fragile, or vulnerable to change or danger. Example sentences. 1. The company's financial situation is precarious, and they may have to lay off staff if things don't improve. 2. The hikers were in a precarious position on the mountain, with steep cliffs and strong winds making it hard to move. 3. She's in a precarious situation at work, with her contract up for renewal and no guarantee of a new job. 4. The building's precarious state meant that it was deemed unsafe for occupancy and had to be evacuated. English vocabulary, unstable. Unstable means not firm or steady, often because of a lack of balance or consistency. It can describe a situation, person, or thing that's prone to change, unpredictable, or likely to collapse. Example sentences. 1. The patient's condition is unstable, and we're monitoring him closely. 2. The economy is unstable, with fluctuating interest rates and stock prices. 3. She's feeling unstable emotionally, and is taking time off work to focus on her mental health. 4. The tall stack of books is unstable, and might topple over if you touch it. English vocabulary, hazardous. Hazardous means dangerous or risky, often because of a potential threat to health, safety, or well-being. It can describe a situation, substance, or activity that's likely to cause harm. Example sentences. 1. The chemical spill created a hazardous situation, and the area was evacuated immediately. 2. Smoking is hazardous to your health and can lead to serious illnesses like cancer. 3. The mountain road is hazardous, especially during winter months when it's icy and slippery. 4. Handling asbestos requires special precautions, as it's a hazardous material that can cause respiratory problems. English vocabulary, on thin ice. On thin ice means in a precarious or uncertain situation, where one mistake or wrong move could lead to trouble or failure. It's often used to describe a situation where someone is taking a risk or pushing their luck. Example sentences. 1. He's on thin ice with his boss, and one more mistake could cost him his job. 2. The company is on thin ice financially, and they'll have to make some big changes to stay afloat. 3. I know you're trying to negotiate a raise, but be careful, you're on thin ice. 4. The politician is on thin ice with the public, and one more scandal could be the end of his career. English vocabulary, treacherous. Treacherous means having or showing a tendency to betray trust or behave dishonestly, or being hazardous or difficult to navigate. It can describe a person, situation, or environment that's untrustworthy, deceitful, or full of hidden dangers. Example sentences. 1. The treacherous roads made it difficult to drive, with black ice and steep slopes. 2. He's a treacherous colleague, always looking out for himself and willing to step on others to get ahead. 3. The treacherous currents in the river made it a challenge for even the most experienced swimmers. 4. The politician's treacherous tactics, including spreading false rumors, damaged his opponent's reputation. English vocabulary, financially precarious. Financially precarious means having a financial situation that's uncertain, unstable, or vulnerable to change, often due to a lack of savings, debt, or unreliable income. It can describe someone who's struggling to make ends meet or living paycheck to paycheck. Example sentences. 1. Many people are financially precarious, with high levels of debt and no emergency fund. 2. After losing her job, she's been financially precarious, relying on freelance work to get by. 3. The gig economy can leave workers financially precarious, with no benefits or job security. 4. He's been living in a financially precarious state, struggling to pay rent and make ends meet. English vocabulary, a precarious balance. A precarious balance refers to a delicate or unstable situation where things are evenly matched or carefully managed, but could easily tip or go wrong. It often describes a state of equilibrium that's hard to maintain. Example sentences. 1. The country's politics are in a precarious balance, with coalition parties holding power by a thin margin. 2. The ecosystem's precarious balance was disrupted by the introduction of an invasive species. 3. She's maintained a precarious balance between her work and personal life, but it's taking a toll on her health. 4. The company's finances are in a precarious balance, with costs and revenue hanging in the balance. English vocabulary, a precarious position. A precarious position refers to a situation that's uncertain, unstable, or vulnerable, often due to external factors or circumstances. It can describe a person, group, or thing that's at risk or in a difficult spot. Example sentences. 1. The hikers found themselves in a precarious position on the mountain, exposed to strong winds and steep cliffs. 2. The company's financial struggles have put it in a precarious position, with investors losing confidence. 3. She's in a precarious position at work, with her contract up for renewal and no guarantee of a new job. 4. The country's government is in a precarious position, facing opposition and protests from various groups.